What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Shots Fired with myself, Neeks, and Yannicka. Well, for me, in terms of Man United, because we've got a lot of issues. Some of them well documented, well publicised in all the newspapers, the news stories, Sky Sports, everywhere, Twitter, everywhere you go, Man United this, Man United. But I said before, and I'll say again, I think this is one of our biggest summers we're going to have since, most important should I say, since Fergie's gone. But the players that we get in, for me, are as important as the players we get out, because we've got a lot of dead wood in that squad. Now we know, obviously, Valencia's gone. Antonio Valencia, he's gone to, well, he's, I think, gone back to Ecuador, but he's gone, left on a free transfer. Herrera, we didn't sign a new contract. Now, for me, I like Herrera, but the amount of money that he wanted, I'm like, it's not essential. There's players out there who are better than him. Yeah. Yes, you're gonna have to pay money because you're getting rid of Herrera on a free. But you know what? We've got money. Like we are one of the third most valuable club in the world. Better the money go onto sales than onto purchases than they go into Glazer's pockets, isn't it? So I don't care.
Anyway, you know.
Oh, I know. But the least that can go in there, the better. So I don't care how much we have to spend to make the squad better, because it's the money that I will get in commercially, TV deals, etc. Or the fans are pumping in globally on a daily basis. So I don't really care in that regard. But yes, Valencia, Herrera, obviously no Fellaini went in January. These players are so dead, man. Darmian needs to go. Every year we hear, I'd linked to go to Italy, and I'm like, yes, this is the one. And then somehow he still stays. So I'm hoping, we've heard today that I think Inter Milan and Juventus are interested in it. I'm looking at it like, why are you interested in Darmian? But please, 10 million, 5, I don't care, just get rid. Rojo needs to go. Phil Jones needs to go. Listen, if we
who's your best player?
Fuck that. It's painful when I see a starting lineup and I see Phil Jones.
It's very satisfying.
I'm like, you know, you're just waiting for a mistake to happen. You're waiting for it. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Now he came in about 2011, and he was supposed to be like, the next John Terry and all that kind of crap. It ain't worked out. Why are we hanging on?
He came the same year as Aguero, so 11, 12. Because remember, they sing, you sign Phil Jones, we sign
I didn't realize the same year.
Yeah, same year.
But I'm like, we bought him 17 million, I think it was. It didn't work. Why are you hanging on to him? The man signed a new contract in like January. I don't understand how you're going to give him, and they gave Smalling a new contract. We've had one of the worst defensive seasons I can remember. Yet the two centre backs who probably played the most, we've signed them on for longer deals. I don't understand that. But this was after Mourinho left, before Solskjaer was permanent. Yeah. So this decision was obviously made above the manager's head. Yeah. But for me, Jones definitely needs to go. If Smalling goes, I ain't gonna be annoyed at all. I don't mind if he goes. If he stays, it's as fourth choice centre back for me, because we need to replace. So Jones needs to go, I said Rojo, and we need to get at least one centre back, minimum. Like 2 would be perfect. But I like Lindelof. Lindelof's good. Bailly, I like him, but he's always injured, so that's the problem. So we might well need 2 just to stop Phil Jones and Smalling playing. Fullback. Ashley Young, oh my goodness. Like, I don't even want him as backup.
Captain Fantastic.
I don't even want him as backup, because you know when you got those backup players, you know they're going to play. That's the thing. They're going to play. And you just know. Like, if you just get rid, there's no risk of having to play him. But I know, obviously, we feel the right back position. He was playing right back last year, but you know he's just gonna pop up on the left back position when Shaw gets injured, eating too many pies, maybe, I don't know. And we got the young boy Dallo as well. So I think the fullback positions will be sorted. I can't see us going for anyone else. Going forward, I'm going to miss out the midfield for a second because I'm going to come back to that. For me, the biggest and probably most important, which ain't gonna happen, but I would say the most important for the squad would be to get rid of Sanchez. Now, I don't know. Some people say City dodged the bullet by not getting him, but I'm not sure.
I don't think he would have had the performance that he had in a United shirt, in a City shirt.
He wouldn't.
Because the players around him,
it's different.
He would have been scoring.
Of course,
20 goals minimum
a
season. He would.
I'm like the way that that City play, and just in terms of the style, but also how good they play, how good they are. Yeah, when you come into, he's come from Arsenal to Man United. Arsenal were crap anyway. He comes to Man United, and we ain't doing much better. Yes, at the time we were still better than Arsenal, but we weren't doing that much better. The football was crap. Everything, the atmosphere between Jose and Ed Woodward, all that kind of stuff, it was toxic. That's not an environment you want a player to come in to find his feet at a new club. Obviously, it's come with the pressure of the 400,000 a week, not 500,000 that is reported. It's 400,000 and then bonuses. But anyway, it's a lot. But that's what you get a free transfer. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But I don't think we see when he plays for Chile. I'm not saying he's a complete different player, but he ain't the Man United Sanchez. So I think if he was at City, I think he would have done well. So I'm not going to say you lot dodged a bullet. I think he would have improved your score no end.
Yeah.
But it ain't worked for us.
I think he even said that he regrets not going, because obviously City were the favourites.
City you lot bid it for him in the summer.
Yeah.
Arsenal turned it down.
Yeah.
Then you went back in for him in January.
I think it was January.
Yeah, January.
Yeah, and they wouldn't sell him yet.
They wouldn't sell him, and then we came in.
Yeah.
And then so kind of a bidding will start in terms of the wages and agreeing a fee with Arsenal, because he obviously was still under contract 6 months. And then after you lot pulled out, basically saying it's too much what everyone's asking for. And so he was kind of, obviously he could have said, no, I'm going to stay or go to City. But he said, well, no, let me go to Man United. They're paying me a lot of money.
I think at the time he thought like it might have been like a bit of a Van Persie. I think
everyone did.
He thought that,
I don't think there was a person out there. I don't think there was and everyone's smart after the event. Everyone knows, I knew that was he should have. But there was not a person out there who, when that was signed, was like, what a signing. Like, we got rid of Mkhitaryan, and that was literally, you said it was Van Persie all over again. We got Arsenal's best player, now we're going to try and challenge again with a world-class player, and it just ain't worked out. But the reason why I say it's so important that we get rid of him is because of his wages.
The wages,
He's on that said 400,000.
Well, that's why we didn't want him. That's why a lot of City fans will say we didn't want Sanchez. We did want Sanchez as a player, but we didn't want the drama that came with it. The cost,
the effect it will have on the dressing room. And I think we've seen it with the likes of Rashford, De Gea, and Herrera specifically in terms of negotiating new contracts. Maybe even Martial will definitely have an impact on Martial in terms of his game time. Maybe in terms of his contract, I'm not 100% sure, but definitely De Gea, Herrera, and Rashford. They've used Sanchez as a base. Well, if he's getting 400,000 a week,
I want that.
And he's on a bench. If he was getting 400,000 and he was a star man, you can't say that. He's banging 30 goals. There's a reason why we're paying him that. But he's not, and you're paying him that amount of money. I want to pay that. You want me as your starting striker? I want to pay that. I'm your best goalkeeper, player of the year 4 out of the last 5 years. I want that kind of money. And your hands are kind of tied. You're like, the logic makes sense. Because you are better. But if you give them that money, it just spirals out of control. Because then Pogba's like, well, I want 500. And then you sign a player, well, I'm better than him. Are you signing me as a first choice? It spirals out of control. So we have to rein him back in, like we did with Herrera. The fact that we just said, well, we're not signing you. Mata, for example, we signed him a new contract, which pissed me off anyway. But he took lower wages. So we are trying to manage where we can, and then also some people have to sign contract because like Rashford is contract right now, De Gea's contract right now. We have to give them something. But I think if we can get rid of him, it can just create some kind of normality to the goings-ons at Man United in terms of that.
I think we did that a few years ago because we had quite high wages at one stage.
For average players.
And I think because these players were coming in on big transfer fees, you can't sign someone for 50 mil and then give them 20k a week. You can't. So what happens is they were coming in and automatically they were getting big wages. So what we do now is they've leveled it out a bit. So they've told all the players, I think a lot of our players signed a new contract, lower wages, higher bonuses. So when they won the league, they got shitloads of money. But if they didn't win the league, they would have got the basic salary, which is still good wages. Yeah, of course but it's not.
But also,
what they could be.
You are paying your players based on their status in the club. So I don't know what the wages, but I'm guessing the likes of De Bruyne
is on the highest.
And that makes sense. And Aguero's probably second, or Sterling, and Sterling's probably there and thereabouts as well.
Are the top three,
So and that makes sense. But then you've got us, who, as I said, Sanchez is our main. He was supposed to be the star, but he's on the biggest. Granted, then Pogba. But then you've got De Gea on lower than Martial as it is at the moment. These men ain't done nothing. De Gea should be on the highest. I don't think he's a goalkeeper. He deserves to be on the highest because he has been our best and most consistent player for all that time. Then you look at like someone like Arsenal, they've obviously signed Ozil on a 350, and the man can't even get in Emery's team, and they just mess it in. Then Ramsey's like, I want 400,000 a week. And it's like, well, we're not going to pay you that, Ramsey. Let's be honest. And then he goes on for a free. So it's just it's about getting that balance. I guess when you're winning, it's easier.
It's easier.
You just say, well. Because no one wants to leave a winning team.
No.
It's easy. If you're not winning, it's like, well, give me where I'm going. I'm going to go somewhere I can be more successful. So, it's a tough one. But they need to balance it, innit? Lukaku. You want him? You spoke about maybe a striker to replace.
We'll take him.
You want him?
Do you know what? City score goals.
I think he scores goals anywhere. I think he scores goals anywhere.
Belgium, he scores loads of goals.
He does.
Anderlecht scored goals before. Chelsea, not so much because he didn't really play.
Everton, West Brom. Even his first season at Man United, he scored goals. He scored goals everywhere.
And he does. He
does. You say he'll score goals. He wouldn't get in your team. Not with that touch.
He would, of course not. Oh my gosh, imagine. Aguero would flip his lip if he tried to do that. Or imagine David Silva or De Bruyne just trying to put it on his foot and it doesn't land on his foot. No. They would not like that at all. Pep would just chuck him out the squad. No way. But to be honest, the problem, I can't blame Man United for buying Lukaku.
No, you can't,
because he was so good.
He
was. I think since he's got fatter.
That's the thing. I don't know what he's done.
Why?
I don't know if Mourinho wanted to play him as a target man.
I don't know.
But I don't know what's happened. Is he depressed? I don't know. No, be serious, because
gotta be something.
How was he just put on so much weight? And it looks like, because he spoke about, this was about last year, October, November. It was when we played Juve at home, I think it was, in the Champions League. And he looked big, and you see that picture like around, it's big. He's lost weight since then. But he still ain't lost it to where he should be, I think. For how he was playing before, like when he just first joined Man United and when he was Everton before, he was like running. He would take on a man. But he was strong and big.
Big,
but he was and it seems like he's struggled. We're coming nearly a year since then, or so, and he hasn't really got back there. So it's like, you'd think a professional footballer is training, working out every day. If you want to lose weight, it shouldn't be that hard. Unless something's really going on elsewhere, why you can't lose that weight. I don't understand it. I think it's affected his game. I think it was, what game was it? It could have been the Chelsea game at the back end of the season, or a different one. He made one long busting run. It was a brilliant run, We were about 10 minutes into the game. Man's huffing and puffing after the run. It's like he needed to recover to go do that again. I'm like, nah, this is a professional footballer. Lukaku has to go. I mean, I love Lukaku. I like him. I'm defending this guy so much. And it's not that I think he's a crap player. You said he will score goals, but...
he does score goals.
It's not going to work for him. It's not going to work for him, Man United. He needs to go.
I think it's kind of like when you bought Falcao, because I loved Falcao.
But Falcao, it was the injury.
And he came.
We bought him just after he
But I think kind of expectation and what you got were two different things. And that's the thing with players. Every transfer is a risk. You could buy Messi and it's a risk. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what he's like. You know, you've seen competitions like for Argentina.
Nice crap.
Messi doesn't perform at the same level.
Yeah.
So imagine if you bought him 500 mil.
You might get the Argentina.
You
Messi.
might get, you might not get the, you know, I don't doubt that he wouldn't be good, because he has been good, you know, in Champions League against our teams, you know, and stuff. So I don't doubt that he would.
But everything contributes to the environment. Is he enjoying the city? Look at Di Maria. Di Maria, world class winger, probably the best winger in the world when we got him.
Yeah.
And he started off on fire, and then he was having issues in terms of position, and then he didn't like Manchester. His house got broken into, and everything changes. There's so much things that go into. Like you might be the best accountant in the world or the best nurse, and you go to work abroad. And you start acclimatized. You don't work out on the people, and you just want to leave. Not that you're not good at your job, but you just can't work in that environment. And it might be the same for footballers.
It's always, that's why you have to take the risk. That's why with City, what we try and do is buy young players, so you can look at them. They've got potential. Try and build them into what you want. Because once they get to a certain age, they're static in that. Yeah. So they might move, you know, they might move from one club to another, they might change a little bit. Pep definitely improves our players, even the older ones, you know, they'll come out and say, Pep's improved me, Aguero says it, you know, a lot of them do say it.
I'm not sure Company.
But no company said that he improves every player.
Do you think Company's improved under Pep? I think he's just been the same.
I'd say he's stayed, but he does say that Pep's helped him. Yeah, he's helped him with, you know, changing his game a little bit, because he never used to really play the way Pep wants him to play, you know, on the ball, making runs and stuff. He did originally because he was a midfielder. But since he's been a defender, he was just that. Because under Mancini, Italians, they have their defence. So he was just a defender. And then Pep's kind of said, no, run with the ball, do this, do that. And, you know, he was learning. He's not quite fast enough for what Pep wants. But you know, he still. So that
goal against Leicester, is that credit?
Well, he would have never. He would have never tried that under Mancini. He wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. You know. So things like that, because he'd do it for Belgium, and I'd be thinking, why? Like, it's like David Silva for Spain, shoots from way out and scores for City. He wants to tap it in. Like, it's mad. Like, it is mad the way it is. But that's why. He improves players, but he also wants to be able to put his own spin on him, you know, and get him to play how he wants to play. And it is easier with younger players, because you can say to them, look, this is how we play. They've got years and years to learn. They don't have to learn straight away. If you buy a player that's 34 and he's not got it, then he's got to go. You know, it's too late.
But that's why I'm happy with, and we'll get on to the income as well. I'm happy with Solskjaer's approach this summer, because he's made it clear. Well, he's made it clear that he wants like young players, British players, Premier League players if possible, because it means that adaptation to playing Premier League is not there. Now, obviously, you want to get the best of the quality, and buying abroad is always riskier, because it's like you don't know. Like we bought Fred. Now, Fred may turn out to be a good player in the Premier League, but you never know. We've bought world-class players in the past, like Veron, who's world-class everywhere he goes, didn't work in England. Diego Forlan, same thing. But if you buy someone in the Premier League, like Man United with Cantona, for example, Dwight York, Andy Cole, you know what you're going to get. It would be, obviously there's the odd one like Sanchez. But generally, usually, it's going to work out. Exactly. Van Persie as a better example. So I have no issue with him focusing on getting the best of the Premier League, because generally that's how we've been more successful in our history. Wayne Rooney, United, Ferdinand, we buy the best of
United have always, like my dad always says, like when United were coming up, like sort of early 90s kind of thing, when you were winning your first thing, if anybody beat you, so if you got battered by a team and that player scored 3 goals, you would buy that player, you know, and you still kind of do it. Like with Lukaku, I think he scored 4 goals against you. For West Brom, ended 4-4. 5-5. 5-5, I think he scored 4 or 5 goals that day, and then you bought him, but not straight away, you know. But I think we did that at the beginning with Arsenal, you know, so we'd think, oh, they played well against us. You know, and we have done it a few times. David Silva, Valencia, they played us. he was the best player. We bought him. Bernardo Silva tore us apart for Monaco. We bought him. So
Mendy.
We have done it a few times, you know. But I think Mendy knocked us out essentially. So you know we have done it, but Man United used to be. They'll get the best player, in the league at that time. And it wasn't.
And for me, obviously the world has changed. We know that there's, you could say, even more access to the players abroad in terms of scouting, etc. That market is. Wenger used to go and get the foreigner. He's like, oh, who's this guy? Because he had those connections. Now everyone kind of has those connections. But it doesn't mean that you should go move away from what worked for you. It worked for us. We've tried everything else. We've got Moyes in, we've got Van Gaal in, we've got Mourinho, all these players, all these managers who have got their experience in different areas and it ain't worked. Why don't let's go back to what we know, what used to work. And if it don't work, it don't work and you might have to try something else in it. But I don't have an issue with it. Just for me, it's just about making sure the player we do get is of quality and we're not just getting him because he's British. He has to be. You
need, because you're kind of quite a few years back where we were, where you kind of have to rebuild the squad because you do need a lot of your squad changing. But at the same time, you need to get in the people like Raheem Sterling that have come in and are likely to stay a long time. That's who you want. And you're more likely. Wan-Bissaka should.
You're more likely. That's more likely going to happen with British players. Foreigners you'll get, and some of them may stay. And like Mata's been in the Premier League for so long, and you know when he's at a club, he really gets in touch with the fans and that kind of stuff. But a lot of them will come. Yaya Toure came, did his bits and left.
I think that was more age.
Whatever it was.
If he was younger, he would
but whatever it was, those players do come and they do their bit. Negredo, Dzeko, they come and whatever reason they go. Whereas you're more likely, if obviously the British player is good. Wayne Rooney was like 16 years old, Sterling was like 18 years old, and he stayed on to God knows, I don't know how long he was there, 30 odd.
About 30.
So I think that's what he's trying to go back to.